Now then, let's see what happens. Now the German soldiers there are going to retreat because behind those commandos are more Allied soldiers. Now these are these soldiers that I told you before had landed about 2 kilometers away. Now the Germans are being pressed back. Now the commandos are quite easily recognised in their green berets, and these would have the job of landing first and really spearheading any attack using their training and equipment to disguise themselves and use all the cover of the land. It's quite a common sight for them to actually battle in their green berets, even nowadays. And parachutists as well, berets. Now these are Allied airborne soldiers, and they've been brought into the area with some French resistance fighters. French resistance plays a very important role. They know the stations, the land. So let's see how they get on. Now, the Germans preparing a nice surprise for these Allies, and that's a nice machine gun. Machine guns here could be an MG34 or an MG42. Of course, the MG42 is the most feared machine gun ever produced. Still used all over the world today, in Asia. The best machine gun ever made. So we'll see what these Germans have got ready for these Allies. The Allies using the cover of the railway station. Looks like the Americans there are deploying a 30 caliber. And a 30 caliber is a fully automatic machine gun, belt fed. It's a BAR. Sorry, not a 30 caliber. Now the Germans play very careful game here. They're falling back. And the reason they're falling back is to perhaps bring the Allies into a trap. Hey. Now, because I'm a German, I'm going to fall back as well. Now, behind me here, we have a surprise for the Allies, and that's a machine gun. So what the Germans are doing is falling back. These Allies are pushing forward all the time, and then they're going to get a good hosing with the machine gun. Germans are falling back. Now, as well as the machine gun, you see the Germans have got what's called a Panzerschreck, which is called the Tank Terror. This is a rocket-propelled grenade, basically it fires a missile, and this will fire... Oh, what's happening here? Surrendering. Is there a truce? There's some surrendering. Germans surrendering. Oh, hey! Hey, what a brilliant trick that was, wasn't it? Protect your surrender and then shoot everyone. Hey! Must have took a lot of thinking about that. Anyway, the Germans have won that. So what's going to happen next? Oh, look, it's Allied casualties. Looks like another attack, is it? Americans coming forward again. Now, one thing the Germans are watching out for all the time is aircraft. Now at this stage in the war, the Allies have got complete air supremacy. Oh, there's some more Germans coming from the back as well. Both sides being taken out. The German officer there bringing his men forward. Inspect the casualties.
Frenchman, the war is over for you! Put your weapon down!
It looks like there's some prisoners there for the Germans. Hey, we'll have to remember that, won't they? Pretend to surrender and then shoot everybody. Surprising we lost the war, isn't it, with plans like that? Oh, now, some prisoners. This will be excellent for the Germans there. There's a French resistance lad. Now, he's going to be in trouble because he's actually what's classed as a non-combatant, which means he'll be taken prisoner and questioned. Now, there's a sorry state there of Allied prisoners. Hands on their heads, the weapons taken away, marching past their fallen comrades. Now, what are the Allies going to do next? Taking a lot of casualties and prisoners. Now, we're talking earlier about Allied air supremacy. The Germans didn't have anything to match the Allied Air Force. The Hurricanes and the Spitfires and the iconic Typhoon, and of course later in the war the American Mustang. And it got so bad for the Germans that every time the Germans had to move, it was at night time or concealing themselves in trees and bushes and then waiting for the daylight to end so they can move again during the night. So basically no movement at all during the daytime. The threat of the ground attack fighters was so much. Now, is that an air raid warning I hear? It is an air raid warning. Keep your eyes in the air. There might be a few Spitfires flying over. Now, what are the Germans going to do? They're not going to like this. Do they not like that? Achtung! Achtung, Spitfire! Using the cover of the air supremacy from the Royal Air Force and the American Air Force as well, and they're going to put in another counter-attack. Now look at what soldiers are these. Now these look like Americans. Now these are Americans from the 82nd Airborne, a very, very famous division, and a division is like an army in itself. Now these guys would have landed by glider and parachute in Normandy, in the French Bocage countryside, and fought their way across Europe, the Low Countries, Belgium and the Netherlands, right into the